Hello and welcome to Divine Goddess Tarot for your daily goddess reading. What I do here is I channel in your divine feminine energy to assist you in just giving you beautiful light to shine on your way. This reading is not a fortune telling, it's not a foretelling, it is purely messages from the divine. And so let's get right into it and let's go to the guidance of the goddess deck. I love this new deck. It's very kind of muted and subtle. Nope, that's not it. And so what we're going to do is there's a few goddesses in this deck that I am unfamiliar with. So the ones that get a little bit more clarity, we are going to read in the guidebook just to get their thoughts a little bit more clear besides what tarot is going to give us today. So that one. So we've got Lotta for awakening. And I'm feeling one more right there. We've got Artio for transformation. So that is a new goddess. So we'll read that one for the final words on this. So I love those two together. It's kind of perfect for awakening and transformation because those very much are in sync with one another. You can't have awakening without transformation. So, too many. But that one is yes. So we've got the death card right off. So see, there you go. Transformation. And Scorpio is coming in strong already today. Right there. Four Swords. So we've gone a lot inside to reflect and contemplate, and there's been some sleepless nights with this Nine of Swords. So for sure, usually whenever there is an awakening, there is definitely a lot of sleepless nights. Four of Cups, I'm feeling that there's just a little bit of slowing down in our transformation. We're not really taking offers. We're not really moving forward, it feels. Eight of Wands. Yep. And we've got the Sun too. So that's beautiful because it's right in the center. Right there. King of Wands, the bottom of the deck. Four of Wands. We've got a lot of fire energy. And the Queen of Cups. So that balances all that fire energy out with some solid, beautiful flowing energy of water with the Queen of Cups. All right, so I'm seeing that because of the Four of Wands here, this is your own personal awakening. This is your own transformation. And with the Four of Wands here, it could be in partnership with someone else. Like this could be because that's what we do when we are in partnership, is we grow. And we either have a choice to grow with one another, or we eventually vibrate out of alignment and it no longer works. And so growing with one another is essential for, staying together. And so Judgment, and then we've got Justice. One more. All right, and Tower. So that I'm feeling is either something that has happened, or that's the little universe saying that if you're not growing together, a Tower moment is going to happen. And that's what happens. I mean, Tower moments happen when we the vibration no longer fits. It's not where we're wanting to go. It's those moments in life that break it all up so that there's change, there's transformation. It's that going into the butterfly moment of that chrysalis of becoming goo, coming all undone to be transformed. And we usually do that with that awakening. That energy of the goddess Lotta, she is all about awakening. That's our consciousness. It's very, when we see things clearly, when we see things in a way that we never have seen them before. And it is a death. It is a death of, this death card is that's what Scorpio energy is all about, is transformation. And when we transform, we create something new. And with the Sun card here, that is really grounding into that awakening to who you're truly meant to be. And the Tower moment is coming. Like it's either coming or has it happened, and you are in this part of where now you are just rebuilding everything the way you want it. And it's almost like you've been reborn. And that's what I love about awakening or consciousness. You know, you have it usually comes and really feels new, and it can be a little bit of a huge dark night of the soul before that dawn arrives, before this happens. And the Eight of Wands being in here, I mean, this is you've been receiving all of these messages. This is we receive messages a long time before we actually get the message. It has a different way of looking at it. I've read books and then reread them a couple of years later, and with all the growth, all of a sudden the things that were said in the book mean something very different because of the growth that has been done, and the information is different now after experiencing that growth. So with the King of Wands here, this is such beautiful energy, because you've got both also the Queen of Cups. And I think that what I'm hearing is to not dilute your power and your spark and everything that you're creating, and perhaps everything that comes with this awakening or transformation, but to get really loving with your emotions and where they're at. And they're coming. They're going to be in balance, but it is something that we have to give attention to. And when we do that, this Four of Wands, I mean, this to me is all about foundational love, and this can be with a partner or with yourself, but it's essential for it to have a foundation, just like a marriage. If you don't have the foundation of friendship, being able to each pull your own weight, it just doesn't work, because there's always a give and someone's taking, and if it's not in balance, then you bankrupt each other, because it is not the communication that you can hear each other. There's so many things that factor in with relationship that also are a reflection of us. That's why relationships are so profound for people growing machines. They really are. People growing machines, because they show us they show us our most vulnerable parts. As soon as we profess love, we're now all of a sudden afraid we're going to lose it, right? So relationships force us, if we choose, or we can keep running and keep breaking up and keep going to the limerence first, and then as soon as it gets real, we break up, or we grow up and we go, okay, I got this message, I received this message from the last relationship that I was in. Maybe I get to pay attention to this. Maybe I get to do some personal work that allows me to see my own stuff, so that I can show up in a different way and not get this feedback. Perhaps I'm not trusting. Perhaps all the cups that are being offered to me, because I haven't healed this part of myself, I can't. I'm rejecting a lot of beautiful things. So take a look at that. Go within with that Four of Swords. This is your moment to embrace the times that feel extremely stuck. Self-nurturing, self-healing. And with Justice here, I mean, there's just that energy of balance again. You know, when at the beginning of every single of my dailies with the Goddess energy, it's balancing those energies out. And it's no different than anything in our life. If we are out of balance of something, whether it's if we're not eating good, if we're not getting some exercise, if we're not taking and giving to ourselves, and we're just giving to others, or our job is imbalanced in some way, we're not taking any time off, then it starts to show up in ways where it starts to crumble and things don't feel like they're flowing. So balance is absolutely imperative for anything to succeed in life. If we don't, we burn out. And so no matter if it's in a relationship and you're giving and you're giving and you're giving and there's no receiving, then it bankrupts itself, doesn't it? So take a look at that. This is really beautiful. I mean, we are so much in choice in every moment of the day of how we want to live and take that next step in the day. And sometimes it's just being, it's just taking that time to reflect, to meditate. 5 minutes, start out with 5 minutes of just clearing your mind, is so beneficial, and letting those answers come to you. So let's do Just Breathe, just a little bit of additional message from the goddess. Never run from what you must feel. Absolutely. That's that moment here. Don't run from it. And that's what we can do when it comes to going back to a lack of balance. If we're feeling something and we're not allowing ourselves to feel it, and we're just running from it, from one thing to the next, then it is going to constantly be there like a running program on our computer that is taking a lot of energy and resources from us from really being fully in the present moment. When we don't heal that, we don't take a moment and deal with it. So honor your feelings, honor where you're at, and then make a plan of, okay, I'm here. One of my favorite books is Pussy, a Reclamation, and she talks about when she feels like trash. She literally has put 3 holes in a trash bag, put it on, put some soot on her face, and just went, I feel like trash today, just being in it. And it was very theatrical, yes, but at the same time very liberating, because it just let her be where she was at. And I thought that that was just really awesome. I've done that when I've been sick, is run from it. I feel fine, I'm fine, and try to do something to where you just keep hitting walls. And I'm not fine, I'm sick. I have to sit my butt down and be sick. And so it's the same thing with an emotional sickness or breakup or whatever we're going through in the moment. There's a lot of energies coming in the cosmos to where that we can be feeling very heavy, lots of downloads of enlightenment. So we are truly in a place where sometimes we're just not feeling it. So if we feel like trash, be trash. And if we are feeling sick, just be sick, and then move from there. So when you can heal and revive yourself, then you can actually work with better intention and know, hey, I was sick, now I feel great. I was sad, now I feel great, and you allowed yourself to be. So give yourself that loving permission to do so. So one more, let's do this one to close, right there. I open myself to guidance from the universe, and hence that's what you are doing here. So keep listening to those messages. They're everywhere. I sure do appreciate you joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Please like and, of course, comment and share or subscribe, and I can keep making beautiful content for us all. Thanks.